In the heart of the jungle, silence should have been comforting, but tonight it carried something else, a weight, a presence. Rango walked carefully, his lantern glowing just enough to keep the shadows at bay. Every step crunched against the dry leaves, and yet there was another sound, soft, haunting, like the forest itself was breathing his name. The trees leaned in, branches twisting like arms reaching out. A faint whisper slipped through the fog, curling around his ears, calling him again, Rango. His pulse quickened, his tail stiffened, and in that endless darkness he realized he wasn't alone. The trail led him deeper until the jungle opened to something unnatural, something that did not belong. A cabin, broken and forgotten, stood crooked among the trees. Its door hung half open, groaning with every gust of wind as if warning him to stay away. Moonlight struck the wood, revealing scratches like claws had torn at its surface. Rango stood frozen, lantern trembling in his hand, his breath shallow. He wanted to turn back, but a strange pull dragged him forward. The night had been whispering, and now it seemed to be guiding him here. With a slow step, he crossed the threshold into the unknown. Inside, the air was thick with dust, every corner swallowed by shadows. The cabin felt alive, walls creaking as though they were breathing in unison. Then he saw it, a mirror, tall, cracked, its surface fogged with time. Rango crept closer, lantern light spilling across his reflection. At first it was only himself staring back, until his stomach dropped. His eyes in the glass were not his own. They were hollow, empty, black voids staring through him. His throat tightened, and his skin prickled with fear. He blinked, hoping it was a trick of the light, but the reflection did not blink back. It only smiled without him moving a single muscle. Suddenly the mirror groaned, its surface rippling like water disturbed by a storm. Rango stumbled back as his reflection leaned forward, pressing against the glass. Those hollow eyes began to glow, faintly dripping tendrils of smoke that crawled across the wooden floor. His chest heaved as the reflection's claws scratched the edge of reality, trying to pull itself out. Shadows spread across the cabin, stretching like veins, whispering faster, louder, until it felt like 1,000 voices were inside his head. Rango's lantern flickered, barely clinging to light. As the figure began to step out of the mirror, its void gaze locked on him, hungry, merciless, alive. With a burst of terror, Rango turned and ran, the cabin's door slamming behind him as if the house itself was alive. The forest was no longer the same. The trees bent unnaturally, their roots clawing at the ground. Fog rising thick and heavy around his feet. He darted through the darkness, heart hammering in his chest, but the whispers chased him, louder, closer, wrapping around every step. He risked one glance back and froze. The figure stood at the cabin's doorway, taller now, hollow eyes glowing like dying embers, its shadow stretching toward him. Rango sprinted faster, but deep down he knew the truth. You cannot outrun eyes that never close.